What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of Zath's Replay Theater. And in this episode, we've got the Yueyang, which is Tier 10 Destroyer. And, oh, I love the Stormwind camo on this thing. It looks nice. Wait, why am I unable to... Oh, God. Heck with it. Let's just run with it. So this is the Tier 10 Destroyer, also known as I think it was called the Yueyang or something like that at one point. And this is Alan M. Sumner class destroyer, I believe. It is kind of like a variant on the Yueyang class, and you can see it's got the standard. It's got the similar setup as the Yueyang with 4 guns in the front, 2 guns in the back, and it's got torpedoes. Now the torpedoes are really good torpedoes for obviously killing cruisers or battleships because they are deep water torpedoes. That's right, folks. They will not go through, or they will not hit destroyers. They will only hit cruisers, battleships, and of course aircraft carriers. Now, flag setup, I see fire damage, both fire damage flags, which makes sense. The consumable reload flag, which also works. Commander XP flag. I see Juliet Whiskey for increased flood chance. Sierra Mike for increased speed. Zulu for extra credits. And India Bravo Terra 3, I think is what's called, the one that reduces credit cost. So not a bad flag setup. I like it. And I like how you're divisioned up with the gearing too. That just seems dirty. You see planes coming into view immediately. Who is this? This is Manachanter. I said that right. Is slowing down and smoking up. And boy, your division mate there is not looking too good. Now, for most people, that would be like a death sentence right there, right? You'd immediately be yelled at for being a moron, a noob, etc., etc. But of course, since your torpedoes go underneath destroyers, well, hey, why not? And you can see here that Montoya, I think, is expecting death soon, so he popped his smoke just to give his division mate a little something something. Oh, radar. That's unfortunate. Now, one thing to note about this ship, consumable-wise, is it's only got speed boost. It does not have the ability to run defensive fire, which means that against aircraft carriers, this ship is actually relatively weak. Look at that deep water torpid. So, because of the relative weakness there to aircraft carriers, I'm guessing that the gearing is running defensive fire. Now you notice that deep-water torp hit the Missouri, and the Missouri didn't really seem to react to it until the last minute, and that's because these torpedoes have a very low detectability, which means that you only get like a second or two to react to these torpedoes, which of course is very dangerous. It's very easy to be in a position where you think you're safe, and all of a sudden, LOL, you're not. So Missouri went in with his radar, spotted him for a little bit, but now he seems unsure of himself. As he burns in 4 places. Quite the toasty person there, huh? First blood. Yes. He's looking at that Yamato and he's like, food. Now, some other things to note about this destroyer. This entire destroyer line is really good at smoke in terms of being able to replace the smoke after it expires. So, what we'll probably see is smoke coming up soon. And the neat thing about this destroyer is that you're only down a few seconds with your smoke. It could just reload that quickly. So what's nice about it is that you can you can play Total Gunboat Destroyer, which is kind of like what our guy here is doing, Mr. Manachanter. Sorry, I was just trying to remember that name. But what he's able to do is just sit there and pew pew from smoke relentlessly. And there's not much that these other destroyers can do about it, except of course, you know, hydro and all that kind of stuff. Now, one suggestion I would make for you is you kind of backed up quickly there, and I'm guessing it's because of the torpedoes. But while you're deploying your smoke, you might as well crawl forward at a quarter speed. You might have had the ability to kind of crawl into the A cap there, and that might have been really helpful. Of course, the rune here has hydroacoustic search, so you never know. It might have been a problem. He might have gotten a little bit too close, but either way, it looks like this guy's going down pretty soon anyway. I wouldn't dump your torps at this point, but you can if you want. The reason I wouldn't dump the torps is because he's already at like 4K. He's gonna die way before your torpedoes even reach this guy, especially if you're shooting him. Hey, look, he died. Well, nice job so far, man. You held your ground against the enemy push, and boy, do they push hard. Rune fire torpedoes at the smoke. Surprise, surprise. Anyone got spare pants? Oh man, yeah, I guess you kind of got a little screwed there. I can't blame you there. And domo arigato, Mr. Yamato. And you see that? The smoke enables him to smoke up right away. Alright, you need to go 1/4 speed and turn your turrets, man. Or turn your ship. There you go. I don't know why you stopped where you did. But that's alright. Guns, guns, guns! You're afraid you're gonna hurt your div mate, maybe? Now, I think between you and your division mate, this is a bit of a misplay on his side. You need to be communicating more with your smokes, and when you're going to use your smoke, when he's going to use his smoke, that sort of thing. I think that's really important. If you've got 2 smoking destroyers nearby, you gotta just kind of orchestrate that. Look at your deep water torp right up the butt. Boink! Now, had you held that torpedo salvo on the rune, you could have gotten 2 up the butt instead of 1. Here comes your second. You're firing while in range of those torpedo bombers, which means that those torpedoes were probably detected. However, I guess you could say it doesn't really matter too much because, I mean, this guy's pretty much boned, right? Like, he reversed into he backed into or plowed into an island, now he's reversing, and for some odd reason doesn't feel like turning the ship at all, so. Yeah. Hey, look, Witherer. We didn't expect that at all. Another torpedo up the butt. Now you notice that his team... Oh, and that's game. What is it with these games ending so soon that I don't even have a chance to slow down the action? That's incredible. Oh, man. Well, thanks for the replay. Things that you did well, you held your ground, you used your smoke efficiently. Your buddy did not use the smoke efficiently with you, and I think that caused a little bit of problems if the enemy was a little bit more concerted. Watch your use of torpedoes and when you use them, but otherwise, I think you just kind of showcased some of the really good strengths of the Yueyang and why it's going to be such a really fun ship. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to it in clan wars and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, thanks for sending in that replay, and I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Have a good day.